Well, what's basically going on in the first letter to the Corinthians, which we looked at the start of this year, is that you've got a church in the city of Corinth that instead of shaping the city by the way they live and shaping that city by the message of Jesus, that they're allowing that city to shape them. What they've done is actually allowed the city to come into the church and shape the church and the way it thinks. And you see that in all sorts of ways. So you see it in terms of how they think about power. Now, for the Christian, and Paul comes back to this point, he says the power of Christianity is not in impressive signs, impressive gifts, in wonderful physical things, but is in the message of the cross, a spoken message about Jesus' death on the cross. And in 1 verse 18, Paul says this: the message of the cross is foolishness to those who are perishing, but us who have been saved is the power of God. And that's the essence of what Paul's trying to get across to them, that you don't see power in worldly impressiveness, you see power in Jesus' death on the cross. And that shapes everything about our lives as Christians. You see the way in which the city of Corinth is shaping them rather than that message of the cross. And so even in the way they use their bodies, in the way they use their bodies in sex, that they're not being shaped by that message of Christianity. The message of the gospel, they've been shaped by Corinth. In chapter 6, Paul says this, he says, "You're not your own, you were bought at a price, therefore honour God with your body." What we're going to see over the next few weeks is we're going to see how that error was working itself out in Corinth, and how Paul is just constantly calling them back to a Christ-centred, cross-centred view of Christianity.